Hey, it's Michelle with Restored Ministries, and this week's Bold Prayer Challenge, we are talking about fasting. Okay, now fasting is not a big scary thing just for the ultra-mature Christian, okay? Many will tell you how and what to do. There's so many corporate fasts, they're all the rage, but I only do corporate fast if the Lord specifically speaks to me to join them, and I don't pressure my family to join me. I've learned from experience to follow Him and not the crowds. I like to explain fasting to my kiddos and others like this. Fasting is simply getting alone with God, taking a time out, asking Him what is tugging at your heart more than the tug to spend time with Him. What do you gravitate to for comfort besides the great comforter? If you think of fasting and the first thing you think of and quickly panic and say, oh, I could never fast that, generally, probably that's the thing you need to fast. Some say fasting is like sharpening your axe, clearing and cleaning out your spiritual eyes and ears, emptying your glass to be filled back up, removing those calluses of our flesh built up on our hearts. Now, the last one, that's my own personal definition. But I know for me, when I fast, I feel like I'm tuning in and tuning out the static and can almost hear the audible voice of God. You remember last week we talked about hearing from God and the ways to hear from God. Well, fasting seems to be a fast track for me. Years ago, we used to practice Lent, and the idea is to press in, go deeper and beyond with God during the Lenten season before Easter. So we would pig out on Fat Tuesday, then cold turkey give up everything. Ice cream, cheeseburgers, pizzas, fried foods, alcohol, video games, TV, cussing, sweeps, griping the whole time, living for the celebration Sunday until one year I decided to ask God what to give up. And God said, how about being nicer to your husband and pack his lunch every day? You're funny, God. I didn't like what I heard. So it wasn't always taking out something. He was wanting me to do a different habit. It's kind of that crucifying our flesh thing. But I finally did just that. And it was one of the hardest, but also the best seasons and turning points in my spiritual growth and my marriage. When I gave up selfishness and served someone else intentionally for a season, this one actually stuck. I still pack his lunch today, actually. Not as much as I used to. He does it because he's retired now. But anyway, you get the picture. Fasting takes intention. Every time that tug towards what you're fasting surfaces, you take that urge to God. Pray, read the word, worship, or like I did, you keep nagging your nagging critical mouth and just pack a lunch. Mouth shut and pack a lunch. Soon you'll find your empty cup filling up with greater things. Fasting also doesn't have to be 21 days or a month or 2 months or 7 days. It can simply be for 1 day or 1 hour. It's what you and the Lord decides. I'll also share the link. We have a new View episode on fasting that you'll want to check out also. And my book, Heavenly Hunger. That book is about my 40-day fasting challenge, how removing those things fed my faith, how fasting fed my faith. And so you can check that out. It's available on Amazon. But that's what we're talking about this week. So I hope you will let me know how your fasting is going or how you fast. And I actually just got off of a 21-day Daniel fast where it's all, plant-based foods. I didn't do coffee or anything, just water. And it was amazing. So I encourage you. You fast how the Lord tells you to fast, but I hope those are some good tips that you're encouraged. Have a blessed day, and we'll catch you back next week for the 6th and final episode for our Bold Prayer Challenge.